Yes then people, and welcome back. Today we're going to go over the top 6 things that I've picked up over the years that make cutting a lot easier. Every time I pick one of these up and I've implemented it consistently, it just becomes 10 times simpler. You're not as hungry, you're not as tired. So without waiting any longer, let's go on to the first one. Sleeping and waking at the same time every day. I think this really helps because you just want to keep every day similar. You want to get your body into a good routine. You don't want to be going to sleep any later because then you might be going a long time without food. You might be hungry going to sleep. Then you wake up later the next day, or you will have a shit sleep because you're really hungry. And if you're just not consistently sort of repeating the same day, then it becomes a lot harder if you're always chopping and changing things. You want it to be as straightforward and easy to follow that you don't even have to think about it. So I would definitely, if you can, recommend sleeping and waking at the same time every day. And now people, number 2 is going to be eating at the same time every day, as well as going to the sleep at the same time every day. Your body releases ghrelin, which is a hormone which controls your hunger. So if you can eat at the same time every day, then that's going to make a huge difference to your satiety, as you're going to be eating when your body is actually hungry, opposed to just different times every day. Maybe the bodybuilders did get it right initially with the meal timings, but it was probably a little overkill, eating every 2 hours. But what I go for is 4 meals a day, and I try to somewhat evenly spread my protein. It's not like I'm like 33 grams or whatever the number that they say that you can absorb is, because that's not true, but I aim for probably around 40-50 grams of protein, 4 servings a day, and that usually covers me. And what I have found is, over the years, this is just specifically me though, that fasting didn't work for me as good as having breakfast. So if you do fast, then and it works for you, then keep it up. But if you do fast and you find yourself really hungry in the evening, then I would definitely recommend eating a meal, eating a solid meal first thing in the day. Anyways, gonna get some food now for my first meal of the day, so we'll catch you there. So now the first 2 were about structure and this third one's about freedom. You don't have to necessarily always cancel on eating out things and not doing things you enjoy just because it's your diet and you need to stick to it. Like this meal is probably about 800 calories. I can fit it in today if I make some adjustments in other places. So it's all about just living your life as well as striving for your physique goals, because if you're just focusing on your physique, then when it comes back to implementing these things into your life, I find that you really indulge in them. So if you don't go out for food for like 12-15 weeks when you're dieting and you go out for food straight away, you're gonna find it hard to say no to the things that you've been like ignoring. But if you have these things occasionally, then you just create a better relationship with them and there's less chance you're gonna binge in the future. We're on to the next one, but before that, let's see what this yolk porn is like. Oh, 10-10, that is perfect. Just got home after breakfast people. I'm going to head to the gym in a minute, but I thought before that we'll go over number 4, which is diet breaks and deloads. When you're cutting, I would say it's a good idea to take a diet break every 4 to 6 weeks max. This is a week where you go up to your maintenance calories. This will allow you to reduce any fatigue from dieting. When I started implementing these, it was so much simpler. I never got these intense bouts of hunger. My sleep wasn't as badly interrupted. The sleep interruption went significantly down compared to before. So again, diet breaks are an absolute must. Now we're gonna head to the gym to train legs and we're gonna talk over the workout again. Here we are, talking over the workout again. And just for some transparency, I am actually drinking a pre-workout after my workout because I had a bad sleep last night. So obviously, not everything I've said in this video stick to myself, but I would advise sticking to it yourself. Anyways, let's get into the workout. So, there's not really much to talk about. I've been doing this same leg workout for a long time. However, the main point of it is that I am just reducing my volume when I cut. Now, I would recommend looking on websites like RP or RP Renaissance periodization, and look at their volume guide, because their volume landmarkers are pretty good, and I've always went by those, and they help me to know how much volume to do for each body part. Now obviously there are some body parts that don't need any volume just to maintain them, and that is good to know, because if you're isolating your rear delts and traps, body parts that don't really need isolating, especially when you're cutting, then it's good to just focus on the things that matter. So for me, I've reduced my program, which I did mention in another video, but I've just reduced my program to 5 days a week so that I'll have less volume. So really, even in this workout, I have 3 sets on each quad movement, moving up to 4 sets on each quad movement at the end of the mesocycle, and 3 sets on hamstring remains that throughout, because that's the amount of volume that I need to maintain, and I'm not pushing those volume landmarkers. So, just to reiterate the point one more time, make sure you're doing the right amount of sets and not doing too much, because that is going to be big failure for you whilst cutting. The illusion of this being a one-day vlog has slowly disappeared now. As you can see that I'm editing just after my video talk over. I forgot to record the rest of the video yesterday. So, we are going to get on to the final point, which is, don't be a loser, mate. Live your life. Don't just sit around and say, I'm dieting, I can't come out, I can't do this family event, I can't do that family event. Like, when we're cutting or losing weight, we place these barriers on ourselves that sometimes are just made up. They don't all need to be there. Yes, some are good. Oh, I'm not going to come out drinking because it's 11 o'clock at night and I want to stay on schedule with my eating program. But missing like lunches out because you want to be perfectly with your macros is just loser mentality, in my opinion. I used to do that all the time. Like, I would ignore every single social event, and then you're just like a ghost for like 3 months, and you come back after, and it wasn't really worth it. So you should aim every time you cut to have more things in your life that you didn't have last time. I see that as the best way to do it, because maybe at first you do need to be ridiculously strict with yourself, but then once you learn how to do it, you can learn different ways of maneuvering things in your life. And even if you go 500 calories over one day, you're just a maintenance for a day. It's not going to be the end of the world. So don't be a loser. Follow the other 5 as well, and your cut will be so much easier. Anyways, as always, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, all that good shit. See you in the next one, which will be an update to the cutting video.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Dose. Yeah. Started from the mud, now you see us going up. Numbers never lie, now you see